Welcome, everyone. I am John Ryan. This is the Monday edition, February the 28th of the NBA Triple Double Show, powered by the Predictive Playbook and presented by SportsMemo TV. And I've got you covered again with my good friend and pal, professional sports bettor Ronald Cabang in the house to help me break down three games that we are going to look at today. And please remember, subscribe, ring the bell, and make comments in the comments section. We're here for you if you have any questions. If you want to present ideas too, we can always learn from you as well. So let's get right at it. Ronald, welcome to the show. We're going to start out with those Brooklyn Nets. And now it's their turn to start showing their end of the trade with the 76ers, who, quite frankly, these first two games with Harden looked like they've been playing together for 20 years. The chemistry was outstanding. I could not believe how much better that offense is right now. And as you said, and we both agreed with that trade, the offense of the Sixers was going to be a lot better, play a little bit quicker, and man alive, Harden is just maybe he realizes at 33 this is his time. If he's going to get that ring, it just might be it. And that could be the best blessing of all for himself as well as the 76ers. But as I said, the Brooklyn Nets here are going to be taking on the Toronto Raptors, two playoff-bound teams, I think. Brooklyn still is not at full strength. I think Kevin Durant and Ben Simmons will be back at the same time on the same game. That only makes sense to me. Brooklyn is a 4-point home dog against these Raptors. The total is 219. What do you see in this game?
Yeah, this one's actually pretty tough because, obviously they're playing in Brooklyn, so Irving is going to be out. And then they also have Durant, Harris, and Simmons out still. And they're coming off a small 3-point win over the Bucks, so there could be a little bit of a letdown here. Also, they have a really tough schedule coming out of this All-Star break. They already played Celtics and Bucks, now two straight against the Raptors, and then they get the Heat and then the Celtics again. So coming out of the gate in this after this All-Star break, they're already playing tough playoff teams. So this is good for their playoff run, right? To get the team ready. But at the same time, it's tough to kind of get ready for these games right off a break. On the Raptors side, OG Anunoby is going to be out. And Van Vliet is a game time decision. They have a tough schedule spot here. They just played back-to-back. And then they're going to play back-to-back again, road to home, playing Nets both times. So, and they're coming off a couple of huge losses, 32 points loss to the Hornets, 27-point loss to the Hawks. This is going to be, tomorrow is also going to be their fourth game in 5 nights. So to me, the scheduling here is really tough on both sides. The only thing I could think of is a lean towards the Raptors, only because of who the Nets are playing, who the Nets have on the court right now. They're not going to have their full squad. Obviously, the Raptors are not going to be having their full squad, but I think the players that they have on, they match up well. And to me, the Raptors is the lean here, but I don't think I could bet either team at this point, just based off of the scheduling.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I'm leaning on the Raptors myself. Brooklyn has been a money-burning 4-13 against the number facing teams that only force opponents into 15 or fewer turnovers per game on the season. Brooklyn is also 3-14 in home games facing defenses that are allowing 108 or fewer points per game on the season. So I agree with you. I think you fade Brooklyn, but once those big guys come back, I think it's look out.
Yeah, another thing to add there, trend wise, the Nets are 1-10 against the spread, going from a road game to a home game. So you definitely, it's a spot where you would want to fade the Nets. I don't know if I could trust the Raptors fully yet after those two huge losses. Yeah. I think I need to see a W on their end before I can start trusting them again.
Yeah, fully agreed and well done. Let's move on to our next game, and that is the Charlotte Hornets, who are traveling to Milwaukee, who got beat as a home favorite in their last game. I say that quietly because I think that the Charlotte Hornets better fear the deer tonight here in Milwaukee. Milwaukee is a 10-point favorite, 10.5 at some of the spots already. I'll tell you right now, I'm on Milwaukee here. I like Milwaukee quite a bit. Wouldn't be surprised to see this make my card for the All Access clients. Mm-hmm. What do you see here?
Yeah, it only makes sense. I mean, they're playing a second game of back-to-back, third game in 4 nights, and this overtime loss to the Pistons is kind of embarrassing. So, to me, it is. I mean,
Yeah, it is me too.
I had the Hornets first half yesterday. I did not expect them to just turn over the ball nearly every possession um, against a Pistons team like this. So, I don't current form. The Hornets don't look too strong right now. Obviously, the Bucks. They they have Lopez, Hill, and Connaughton out still. So the guard play is going to be shorthanded. And they have a possible look ahead against the Heat, Bulls, and Suns up next. So their schedule right now it looks pretty tough going ahead. And with the Hornets just coming off a loss to the Pistons, I don't know. This could be a spot where the Bucks kind of just take it easy and maybe do enough just to win. But at the same time, they have the skill set to dominate this game from beginning to end. Based on Hornets' current form, they're really a fade at this point. So you mentioning you being on the Bucks on this spot here makes a lot of sense. Maybe I can get to the window with it, but at this point, I think I'm gonna maybe I would lean towards the Bucks here. But yeah, I don't know if I could fully trust a double-digit favorite here in a possible look-ahead spot.
These losses that Milwaukee had recently, Ronald, fit into a system, and this isn't the first time Brooklyn. This isn't the first time Milwaukee has lost as a favorite. They lost 123-126, obviously, to the Brooklyn Nets. They were 9.5-point home favorites in that game, and then the Sixers, going back before the All-Star break, defeated them 123-120 is a 6.5-point home favorite. So they've been beaten twice at home as a favorite. Making it even more of a bad taste in their mouths is the fact that they have lost 2 consecutive games to the Charlotte Hornets. So, this system here that I'm pulling up here really quick is you're playing on any team that has double revenge. In other words, I don't emphasize revenge like, it's like in college football, for example. It's a little bit different in the NBA, but it does have some merit here, I think. So they're revenging 2 straight games to the current opponent, which is the Charlotte Hornets, and they're coming off 2 consecutive upset losses as a favorite. 72% winners, 63-24. Against the spread last 5 seasons, I think I am definitely going to drag you to the window with me to bet on these Bucks.
Makes sense.
So
yeah.
Let's move on to the third and final game here. This might be the marquee matchup. 2 of our more favorite teams, I think, Ron. The Chicago Bulls are on the road here at the Miami Heat.
Yeah.
Miami is getting 64% of the bets right now, whereas Chicago's getting 36%. Miami is installed as a 4-point favorite at home with an over-under of 224.5 points. At home, the Heat are very good, 20-7 on the season, but against the spread, just 14-13. The Road Warrior Bulls here are 39-22 for the season. On the road, they're 15-13, but again, 14-13-1 against the spread. What do you think in this matchup?
Yeah, I actually do like something on this one. The Bulls and the Heat over is my play here on this one. The Bulls are obviously going to be without Caruso and Ball, and Patrick Williams has been out, and luckily Vucevic is probable, so hopefully he plays. But they're 8-4 to the over following a previous matchup loss. So in revenge spots, they tend to bring the offense up a little bit. They focus more on the offense than the defense, and having Caruso and Ball out still that affects their defense. Those 2 guys are key players on the defensive perimeter, and they're going to be without Lowry, so that's another defensive-minded player that's going to be missing in this game. Heat are also going to be in the 3rd game in 4 nights, so fatigue could probably set in there. They're on a 3-game win streak, but all were pretty underwhelming to be honest. 5-point wins or less to the Hornets, Knicks, and Spurs, and then there's this possible look ahead to the Bucks on the road. After scoring 120 plus points, they're actually 3-7 against the spread. And after allowing 120 plus points, they're 0-5 against the spread. So you could also look to possibly fade the Heat on this spot with a possible look ahead, and also just the fact that they've been a possible letdown after scoring 120 points. And then they're also 18-11 to the over against teams with a winning record. There's a couple of ways to look at this one, but to me, I trust the over a little bit more here. I think the Bulls come out to play and bring that offense out with Levine and DeRozan here.
Yeah, I agree. There's a couple. I'm definitely leaning the over here. I think this is a good play too. Spoelstra, 63-40 to the over in home games when facing good passing teams that like to distribute the ball, averaging 23 or more assists per game on the season, with the game taking place in the second half of the season. So that definitely supports the over. And let's move on to our more tougher segment, the final segment, which is identifying our best bet or best bets. Maybe it's not going to be that tough because I think we already identified the Milwaukee Bucks as a best bet for me. Mm-hmm. What do you see?
My best bet for today is going to be that over with the Heat and the Bulls here.
Okay, and do you want to join me on the Milwaukee Bucks as well? You don't have to.
Yeah, no, I think for now I'll probably look at it a little bit more. It wasn't one of the key ones that I was focusing on when I was capping today. Just because a double-digit line is always tough. But I'll look into it and see if I can get to the window with it. But I lean the Bucks way.
Sure. So there you have it, guys and gals. That's our 3-game breakdown. We have I'm on the Milwaukee Bucks as the best bet, and then over in the Miami Heat Chicago Bulls matchup tonight. And lastly, I'll just mention the in-game betting with the double-digit favorite. If Milwaukee does not play well in the first half, there is very good opportunity to bet them in-game live, not the second half line, but in-game live. And you really want to try to get that bet in the late second quarter if Milwaukee is looking to be tied or even behind. The other thing I'll mention too, if double-digit favorite, you see the Charlotte Hornets, which are fully capable of scoring 10 unanswered points against the Bucks. Just step right into your live in game, add the pizza money, or 50% on Milwaukee pre-flop before the game starts. Use 25% after that 10-0 run, and use 25% more if it happens again in the first or second quarter. And you build your bet that way, and you have structured. Even the worst case scenario is hopefully you break even by doing that. But you also increase the chances that you're going to win all 3 legs of it.
Yeah, so, I mean, just real quick, John, when you mentioned the in-game play here, I looked it up real quick. So the Bucks as double-digit favorites this season, they are only 6-5 against the spread, but their first half margin in those 11 games is 9.6 points. And then they kind of let go a little bit in the second half. So if there is any play here that I'm going to make, it would be towards that Bucks first half.
Yeah, that's a great play. That's a great point. And you know what? with the double you're going to change my mind here. This is great. It's what these shows are all about. I do think I'm going to go 50% first half Bucks and 50% full game Bucks.
Yeah.
So I thank you for mentioning that, because that was some great work there on your part to identify that 9.5 point margin, because they'll be -6 first half.
So you got some value there in the first half, yeah, for sure.
You know, coming off back-to-back losses as a favorite, losing twice to the Hornets already in the most 2 recent meetings. If it was ever a time for an elite team to come out smoking hot, it would be the Bucks tonight in that first quarter, first half. So
sure, let's go with that one then instead. Would you be down with that? Because I would probably take that one to the window, that first half Bucks.
Yep, let's change it. We're going to go full show best bets are first half Milwaukee and over Miami Heat Chicago Bulls. So now you got a glimpse on how you keep an open mind and you can learn, and you get better opportunities. And I have no doubt that first half bet is a better opportunity. No doubt in my mind. So great job there, Ronald. And that's going to bring us to the end of the Monday edition of the NBA Triple Double. I'll be back tomorrow with at least one play for you. And then Ronald and I will be back on Wednesday and Friday of this week. So until then, thanks for watching. Good luck tonight. And always remember, bet with your head, never over it, and may all the wins be yours.